Sadaqallahu al-Azim wa barak Rasul Kareem. That in this way of marifah, this 18 and the second of these nines, we write that 18 has an importance in this month, and that the cave to the Divinely Presence, Allah is going to grant us that when we run from shaitan and all those whom are making themselves to be ilah, and we described last night that who are they? Their characteristic is they are untouchable in their mind. As a result, they feel themselves godly. Allah grants to us, then run. And they ask that when we run to the cave, Ya Rabbi, grant us from your rahmah and set our affairs rashada, to be guided. Put our life together and grant us a guidance into your Divinely Presence. And this becomes the immense reality for all of time and all of eternity. The path that we seek is not outside. People looking outside for answers, looking to go somewhere for an answer, looking to find God in all the wrong places. And what Allah is giving to us is that you have a very powerful door, and like a portal into a completely different dimension. Because the verse before this verse talks about, have you heard about the people of the cave? It's very wondrous. So Allah is using these adjectives to bring us to this reality that you are not a baboon and you have been given a qalb, and through your heart it can become a portal into a wondrous dimension. And as a result, they guide us to be from Ashab al-Kahf, be from the people of a cave. Run from dunya into your heart. And asking Allah that your promise from Holy Qur'an, Ya Rabbi, that you shower a rahmah. So then awliya come and tell you, okay, then Allah's rahmah is the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. So most powerful cave is to run to Prophet. How to gain access to the love of Sayyidina Muhammad is do everything to show your love so that he loves you. And Allah describes that how much a Prophet loves his nation, that he wants to guide them. And don't make yourself to be so worried to death, even in this surah Allah describes, because Prophet so worried for guidance of his nation, to the point in which Allah is warning, don't make yourself sick from that worry. This is an immense love. When we love Prophet in every action that we do, not yusib qawlan, they don't care for your tongue. Allah said, we're going to seal your tongue, we're going to talk to your hands. So I love, they don't care for that. The first thing you go up like those horror movies, Allah will put a skin over your mouth in which there is no mouth. Because that mouth of yours talk garbage all your life. Let's ask your hands what you did. So that's why it's so important for our lives to be of service. My hands clicked, my hands worked, my hands did. Then we're going to ask your feet. And so my feet took me here, did this, I did this khidmat, I did this service. They don't care about talk. People, we know, everyone knows about people who talk. And as a result, Allah giving to us, enter into this cave, enter into this reality, will set your affairs straight according to divine. When you try to set your affairs, nothing happens. But Allah gives to us, run to the cave, the rahmah, the presence, the love, because they explain it. Everyone says, oh, how do I get rahmah? They're explaining. Prophet is the rahmah. Gain his love, then Allah's guarantee, we set your affairs straight. That you become from these people whom are Rashideen, you'll be guided. Because this is an immense secret. Those whom are under the tarbiyah of these understandings, are under the discipline of these teachers, later Allah is going to reveal in Surah Al-Kahf, whom we granted a light and guidance, we grant them waliyun murshidun. And those whom don't have a light and guidance, they will never receive it. So you can be in Islam, you can almost try to reach Iman, But if Allah doesn't put you into the hands of these waliun murshidun, whom they take a light and they dispense it into your heart, you can never get that light by your actions, not by your fasting, not by your Ramadan, not by 5,000 lifetimes on this earth. It's a decree and a gift from Allah. And that's when we gave the example of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. Why Allah keeps using Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam as an example. That he saw the nar, and one of them is that I will take a nar back for my family. So it means this is a dispensable fire. It's not a light. It's not a nur, it's not a reflection. Because reflection means you didn't get to the source file. Somebody reflecting light to you, we want to know who's sending the light, not the reflection. So the nar means they are a source file. They have a fire within them, and that fire can be thrown into the heart of someone else. And as a result they become lit. They're not just shining on you all day long. I can shine light bulb on your head, nothing gonna happen. You're never gonna change. But if they cast the fire into your heart and make you to be lit, in which you feel heat, you get heated up, you're energized, your hands are hot, your back of your neck is hot, and your associations, you sweat from the heat and the energy that burning within you. And that becomes more and more and more, and that's what we described last night. Be careful with energy. That's a whole nother training. Don't play with it, don't ignore it, don't be heedless about it. Don't try to stay in it, because sending 10,000 watts into your house, you will melt all of the wires. And that's how houses catch on fire when there's a short. That's how people get sick and have all sorts of problems. They're just trying too much to bring the energy into their body. You have to learn to be on and off. When you're off, nobody knows what you are and who you are, and nobody should. This reality is what we are pursuing. So then, funny people watch the video and say, I thought Qitmir was a dog. Why you show him as a lion? Because the concept of Ashab al-Kahf and a dog is that Allah wants to give the bar very low. This is not a way of only prophets and the righteous. Because then everybody would say, I'm not righteous, so I don't know who he's talking about. But Allah is saying, no, they're all dogs. They're najas and dirty, and they didn't come to the shaykh walking on water. He doesn't have those types of associations. You can see them in other places. They'll come super white clothes, pretend like they're all righteous, probably all hypocrites. The tariqah doesn't have that. The tariqah has the people whom have gone astray and most likely angered Allah. So they collect those characters so that everybody has a hope. So everybody comes to the shaykh in the training and discipline of a dog. They don't care who you are, and they don't care who your background is. They don't care if your father was this and your grandfather was that, and they don't care about that. They say, come and have the discipline and the character of an obedient dog. Means be loyal, because amongst the creatures, dogs are very loyal, very kind, very loving. They give an immense amount of love, and they don't really need anything back. Most people will shoo them and try to bother them with a newspaper. But the character is loyal. So this is the great opening for humanity. That Allah knows from a dog is what? Is najas. Means for us is impure. So you don't put them all over your face, and you don't put them all over your sajada and your prayer carpet. It's najas. So it means people coming, they're najas. They're not all washed up. Their character is not correct. You invite them here and they destroy the whole property with throwing bottles and papers as if they had come to a dump yard. We were going around the property picking up old trash. This is najas or this is pious? This is najas, because they treat it like a homeless shelter. Bathrooms destroyed, property thrown everywhere all over the ground. This is the teaching of Qitmir. They come with these bad characteristics. So everyone has to admit to themselves, La ilaha anta subhanaka inni kuntu mina dhalimin. Don't think yourself righteous, you will be struck down. Think yourself a dog, no better. At least the dog was loyal. And as a result, We came through this way and we said, oh, I'm going to be the dog of my shaykh. Means loyal, fierce, right near his side. You come near him, I'm going to bite you. And we'd go all around the Wahhabis and I bit them all. I would stand there fiercely looking at them. Because when he was going around, it was very fierce. The Wahhabis thought that they had put fear in people, but there's another way to show people what to fear. As a result, they started throwing rocks. And this was the concept of the dog. They throw rocks, they throw rocks, they throw rocks. If 2 rocks and you run away, Allah didn't need you. So then in your life you say, what are rocks? Everything. Every bad thing your family says, every bad thing your friend says, every bad thing another shaykh says, we got rocks from everywhere. From our family, why you have to be in tariqah? From strangers, why you have to look like that? From the Wahhabis, why are you following him? And from the shaykhs, oh, you're with the wrong shaykh. From within our shaykhs, each one saying you're with the wrong shaykh. You have to be with that shaykh, you have to be with this shaykh. Because each one jealous of a good, loyal dog. Maybe I can get that dog to leave him and come to me. Can you imagine after 25 years of somebody's training, they left? What did this person hear that after 25 years of beatings and testings, they just walked away? Means something's way off in their head. And that's the only way you can explain it. But life was testing, rock after rock after rock. You didn't come as a righteous, pious person where everyone's going to think, oh mashallah, you're with the shaykh, you're so fantastic now. Come on, please give us a talk. What does Surah Yasin say? That if you don't stop talking, we're going to throw rocks and kill you. When they were throwing rocks at Sayyidina Isa, and he said, why are you throwing rocks at me? Is it that I remind you of the truth? And they say, yes, exactly that. We don't want to know the truth. We want to drink and smoke and fornicate and do everything forbidden. We don't want to be reminded of heavens and paradise. So of course they're not going to like you, walk with you, want to look your shaykh and your image on this earth. And people are surprised, why they don't like the image? Why? Well, because they're evil. Why evil wants to look and be reminded of paradise? Their soul knows. The soul knows says, look, these are Muhammadiyun. These are the people of paradise, the people of Islam. If they have a head cover, they have a turban, they have whatever they are doing, the soul knows these are the people of paradise. And the nafs and shaitan knows too. And so let's throw a rock at them, get them away. Otherwise our slave, whom is our dog, is going to see that and want to leave. So the way into the cave is to be a loyal dog. And as a result of rock after rock after rock, that nobody's going to like what you do. They're not supposed to, because you're not here for dunya. You're not here for their recognition. You're not here to be credentialed by them. Some people send and say, oh wow, you know this famous guy like this, he's accepted Islam. Who cares? That doesn't validate my belief. Means we're not going to be validated by people. You're only going to be tested, 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 until one day that dog stood up on the way following this Ashab al-Kahf. Means now he's changed, because dogs don't stand up and dogs don't talk. Allah gave him a tongue, and in that tongue he recites to them that no matter what you do, I will not stop following you. Because these 7 represent the divine face. Later in different surah Allah describes they feed you, and certain categories of servants, and they ask nothing from you, and all they want from Allah is the divine face. Means these are awliya whom they are sustained by Wajh al-Kareem. Because the face of Allah dressed the face of Sayyidina Muhammad and Prophet's face dresses them. And as a result, this category of awliya, they are guiding and they're bringing people to that reality. And they cast the rocks, and Allah will cast the rocks to see which one of these are loyal, they don't bite and they don't run away. If they run away, then there's no need for them. There's nothing you're going to achieve by that. But if they should endure their testing, endure their testing, endure their testing, and have the character in which they're loyal, they're humble, and they're safe. That through the tongue of that dog, they're not going to be bitten. Allah gave that dog at that time to stand up and start speaking. At that moment, awliya describe that's now becoming a lion of Allah. The dog on earth